Okay, jump into empty Blender file and we can start by adding some planes. So Shift A, add a plane. And you all know the drill by now, so let's just tap right in and press S, then 4 to scale this 4 times. And again, this is just to maintain some scaling consistency across the scene in these course episodes. And this is by no means at a real scale. The room wouldn't be 8 by 8 meters. So this is just to keep that in mind, that we are not modeling these objects like the tables and chairs in the real world scale. Now let's go to the edge select, so press 2 to edge select, left click, shift left click the other one, and we'll extrude the walls of the room. So let's press E, then Z to extrude, and let's enter 5 and confirm with enter. So right now these will be the walls for our room and the floor. Let's select all, press A, and then Alt E to extrude along normals. And we can enter the numerical value, so let's enter 0.3 and minus to go to the opposite direction. And don't forget to check whether you have the even thickness on or off, so let's press S for even thickness and confirm with enter. And yeah, this is basically it, and we can now move on to our windows on this wall right here. So I want to go to face select, let's press 3 to face select, select the face here, we will duplicate this, so Shift D, enter, and then P, as you can remember, to separate, so P, and separate the selection. Okay, right now we can tab out of this and select the new object. And one little thing here, you need to be really accurate, so please pay attention to these steps while creating the windows here for the maximum accuracy if you want to achieve the same results as I have right here. And right now we can tab into this new object, and I won't be doing a single inset here to make the window distances even from each other and from the wall. But instead I will do the half of a desired inset, then do a loop cut and then inset again. Let me show you. So let's select all, let's press I, and let's do the 0.15 inset, because I'm aiming for a 0.3 distance from the wall and between the windows. So like this. And right now we can just press Ctrl I and delete the faces around this, we won't need them, and do a loop cut, so Ctrl R, adjust with the mouse wheel, confirm, and the right mouse button click or escape to cancel. Right now again we can do another inset, so select all, press I. If you don't have an individual on, you can enable that with I, so we need to insert individual faces. And let's enter 0.15 again and enter. And right now we have even distances from the wall and between the windows, and that's the desired outcome. And I want to continue by using the array modifier, so we won't be needing this geometry here. So let's just select all, go to the face select, shift, unselect this one, and press X and delete faces. And this is all we need to continue with the windows. So let's go to the edge select, press this one here, and we need to move it up a little bit. So press G, then Z, and move it up. You can use the 0.7 distance. I want to keep this pretty low. There are large windows in the room and there's a lot of light coming out of them. And right now we can tab out and see here on the side, if you don't have a sidebar active, remember you can always bring it in by pressing N. And here you can see in the dimensions section that this is 2.27 meters wide, and we need to remember this, or you can just press Ctrl C over this input. And right now let's just add the array modifier. And we'll be needing 3 windows here, so go to the front view so we can see what's happening there. Hold Z, go to the left to enable wireframe mode. And right now we can adjust the relative offset here, but that wouldn't be so precise, and we know exactly how far the windows should be apart from each other. Let's enable constant offset here instead of relative, and just paste the X value here. And right now we just need to add that 0.3 distance, and it's really easy to do that in Blender. These inputs here accept basic math operations, so you can just do the plus 0.3 and you have the perfect distance here. And one last thing here, I want to go to the side view and go to the edit mode again. Let's select all and grab this. We can do the 0.15 again, like this, so it's in the middle of the wall and the pivot stays in the center of the room. Now we can tab out, and that's our windows. Right now these are just the planes inside the wall, there's nothing visible there, and we need to cut some holes into the wall, and there's a perfect way how to do that non-destructively, and I've already shown you how to work with booleans before, so we'll expand on that here. Basically we will use the shape of these objects to cut the hole. So let's just duplicate this and let's name this Windows shape. Right now you can go into the edit mode, you can enable wireframe view so we see better what we are doing. Go to the edit mode and let's do E.4, so we are extruding this 0.4, and we can select all, press G, Y and -0.2 to move it back into the center. And right now if you look from the side view with numpad 3, you can see it goes through the wall. Okay, now let's tab out, go to the solid view, and with these shapes enabled, go to the object tab, and in the viewport display you want to set display as to wire, so they're not visible in the scene. And right now just select the room object, go to the modifier tab, add boolean, and as object you can select window shapes from the list. And since we enabled only the wire visibility for the window shapes, we can now clearly see that there is a nice hole cut for these windows. If we disable overlays, you can see it. And this is the nice non-destructive way how to do these architectural operations. And basically all we need to do to adjust the windows is select this, and with the array modifier in place you just need to adjust one object to make changes for the whole wall. So that's pretty useful. The only thing left for the windows are the windows frame, and again we can use the existing object for that. So select the windows object here. Let's just duplicate it by pressing Shift D, enter, and let's rename this to Windows Frames. And right now we can go into the edit mode. You can see array modifier is in place with all the values from before, and we can now do the inset, but first let's do these cuts. So let's press Ctrl R for a loop cut and do 2 cuts horizontally and 1 cut vertically. Let's confirm, and right now just select all, press I for inset and switch individual faces off, and let's do 0.1. Now we'll need to go to the edge select, alt click these vertical cuts, press Ctrl B for bevel, and let's go for 0.005, so it's a half of that inset we already did, and that'll make the 0.1 distance here. And let's repeat that for this cut here as well. So Alt click that, Control B, and 0.005. Okay, and right now we can just shift click these faces and delete them. Select all and extrude 0.1 minus, and it's all done. And basically we want to select all and press Shift N to make sure the normals are okay, and we can do the same thing for the room object since we extruded outside and we don't know if it didn't mess the normals. So let's press Shift N in the edit mode. And yeah, that's the room layout with the windows for you.